He's a good guy, kind of, but he has some things, He's been abducted too, But they did furthermore testing on him that they didn't do on me. They liked me, They abducted me and they liked me, what I'm saying? They're like, okay, you're a cool guy. Him, they're like, okay, let's fuck with this guy's brain. Let's put him through tests, like a guinea pig, huh?
Like a sharpening or knife sharpening test.
Probed his ass, huh?
Probed his ass.
Once they probe you, you become a changed man forever, man. You're never the same. Especially if you remember the probing, which he claims he does. You're fucked for life because you're gonna remember aliens shoving a metal rod up your ass.
How do you know this fact is true?
I mean, that's what's reported by most. I mean, think about it. That's what we do. No, think about it. Like the animals, anything that's inferior to us, we do the same thing. We'll snatch it up out of its natural environment, grab it, put it in a cage, study it, do this to it, do that to it, to see how it
experiment.
Reacts. Yeah. And that's the same thing they do to us, because we're inferior to them. We ain't shit to them. We're like little, So
the more you know, the more you're...
Which is totally understandable, if you think about it. I mean, we do the same shit. So it makes sense why they would do it, but I mean, on a scale that everybody... There's a lot of fake shit, a lot of people who like to make it, just they want to be famous, or they want to be on, you know what I mean? I would never want to go on TV and say, I've been abducted. I don't want nobody to know my shit, because I had enough people thinking I'm crazy.
Watch this movie, man.
I don't need everyone else. But really, I wouldn't give a fuck if the whole world thought I was crazy.
So what do you think about today's conspiracies?
Which one?
They're not conspiracies.
Which one?
They're all true.
Nah, they're not all true. There's a lot of them that are. It just depends which one, because there's some crazy fucking people out there who have crazy fucking, even from my standard, and I'm willing to have an open mind to any of it. And I will listen to it, I will go through it until I could catch him, which I don't like. Nah, that's bullshit.
So do you think that the Bible's real?
No, the Bible is real, but it's
Who do you think wrote it?
Like tens of thousands of different people did throughout history. They added on.
It's only that on your car?
Yeah. Like it's like it was a lot of different people that added their, you know what I mean? Just added on to it.
You know what
the
the
religious
rules?
text.
10 Commandments?
What about it? Yeah, I think most of them.
You know about what?
I've broken most of them.
The what?
I don't know. Do you know?
The what?
I don't know.
Oh, the 10 Commandments?
But see,
steal.
But you want me to tell you what's worse than that? It's the 7 things that's 10 times that'll piss God off way more. Yeah, that's way worse than the 10 Commandments if you break them. And that's the gluttony. Is it gluttony, jealousy? Not jealousy, but you know what I'm talking about.
Gluttony, figure yourself out right. That's the movie 7, huh? You ever seen it? With the Brad Pitt?
Have you guys ever seen that?
It's about the gluttony. No,
yeah, it's about the 7 sins.
It's with Morgan Freeman.
I mean, if you look up 7 deadly sins, the 7 worst, it's 10 times worse.
7.
Have you guys seen that one movie where that little boy comes out and it's called He Sees God or whatever? The little boy where he says, what is that one movie, babe? The little boy that saw God or something. No one knows what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
The 6th Sense?
No. It's a little kid that
it's a little boy.
And saw.
Oh yeah, like in the but he lived though, right?
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like having a post-life, a traumatic life, whatever it's called.
So from that movie, do you think that they just put that movie out there just cause, or because it is real?
No, that happens though. That's proven time and time again that people, like, if you have a near-death experience,
And you're like
But
basically
it's-
dead, but they bring you back to life. You do see.
yeah, but it happens so quick. But to you, it's you see a whole bunch and you go through the whole bunch depending on what it is. But it's not God they see personally. It's usually like like
family
angelic,
members or.
no, it's usually like some type of a light or an angelic figure. But then you really can't say it's God. You know, it's because God in my. But again, that's just me. God has no name, we cannot define God because like that is too. We cannot even put that in words. You know what I mean? And if we were able to put it in a word or call it, you know what I mean? Then we would be sinning because of how disrespectful we would even be to attempt the whole universe, galaxy, God, creator. You know what I mean?
Well, because
Nah.
God thinks that, so Jesus is God's son, right?
Jesus is not God. Let me clarify this.
No, I'm saying God.
In America, they believe Jesus is God. I don't get that shit either.
But like God said that Jesus did not want, like God said that, you know,
His only begotten son to save you.
it's a human race. Yeah, basically none of us are perfect, so he didn't want any of us to live, right? Okay, well to God, Jesus was real. Like, I mean, he was perfect, you know what I'm saying? And Jesus sacrificed himself so that we could all, you know, so that we could be here, even though we do make mistakes, or
Yeah,
you know.
he sent Jesus to our plane, like to Earth. Like he made him human or whatever.
He turned to human.
Nah, they say that he's walking. I don't get America's concept on Jesus and God. I don't get the Jesus being God. I mean,
I'd have to see him to believe it.
One time I was in church and I was like, I contested this shit. I was like, can you explain to me why is Jesus God?
And how do they even
Jesus
know?
is not God. He's the Son of God.
I never heard of that before.
You never heard of that shit? Oh, over here, everybody's pushing that shit from telling you in churches and shit that Jesus is God. I mean, that's God.
I never heard that.
I swear
Only
to
on
God,
Sundays,
they
though.
push that shit heavily, fool. I swear. I mean, I'm against that
I don't
all
know
the
where
way.
you've been hearing that shit from.
I mean, they don't say Jesus is God, but they say that that's, you know, like, I might be wording it wrong, you know what I'm saying? But that's what they're meaning, like, oh, well, he's the embodiment of God, so we have to look at him as God. No, I look at him as Son of God. He's just like me or you, because we're all children of God, personally, right? That's what God says. We're all his children.
We like the Eastern.
No, check it out. Jesus is not. Jesus is a consciousness.
I have the Second Amendment and then the very first Bible over there.
No, see.
Buddha.
Honestly, some deep shit that I was into, Jesus is said to be conscious, a state of consciousness, right? Christ, Christos. In a lot of like different in countries, it's known as Christos. It's not Jesus. It's called Christos, right? Christos, you know
What does that mean?
Christ.
Okay.
And that's a conscious, like a state of mind, right? Anybody can activate that consciousness, but you have to
you have to open up your mind.
You have to get in touch with your subconscious mind, and all of that comes through meditation. The only way to to progress up the ladder, you have to do it through meditation. Without meditation, none of that's just gonna happen.
Because your mind's not just gonna
And it said that we can only save ourselves, as meaning that you have to attain that Christ consciousness through through meditation, attain that. And then to study wisdom and all this other stuff that you're supposed to learn and study, and you know what I mean, that way you know the false from bullshit.
So like really get into it.
Yeah, because we start off from shit gutter, like we're just like you know what I mean, like from kids we're evil and demented. We have demented and evil shit. We do demented and evil shit to one another. Even as
well,
kids.
not everybody's perfect as well.
No, nobody's perfect. I don't think there's not one person on earth that's perfect. Honestly, the Pope is not perfect. I don't believe the Pope is perfect. I don't see why everyone thinks the Pope is perfect, but whatever. I mean, I'm not going to judge it, but I mean, I guess they say the whole Pope is perfect, and a lot of people will be like, what the fuck did you just say?
He's the Antichrist.
No, he's not the Antichrist, but I mean, nah, come on now. That's ridiculous to say. The Pope is the Antichrist.
My grandma used to say.
Well, they said Pope was also shaking hands with what they say or what they call the Illuminati people.
Now the new Pope is a little funny because this motherfucker supports gay marriages. He fucking now him is questionable actually. Him is
That's what I'm talking about.
But see, back in history, in the old days, the popes used to do fucked up shit. They used to fucking get prostitutes, fucking bang prostitutes all day, drink, smoke, party, and then at some point, I forget which year it was that they implemented, they banned that shit. Like they were not allowed to no more. Like the popes were the criminals back in the day. I swear to God, you look at that.